Bills have another home game in prime time this season. The NFL announced on Monday yesterday that the Week 15 game, it's a triple header that day, and the Bills will have the prime time game at 8:15. They're going to be taking on the Miami Dolphins in that one. And the game, if you are in the greater Buffalo area, will be over broadcast TV. If you are not, then it's going to be on the NFL Network. And I don't know how many people in the area have the NFL Network. I did see that according to the Business Journal in an article from 2022, January of this year, earlier this year, they said the network, now a lot of networks were losing, especially paid subscribers, were losing as the pandemic went on. I don't know why, but people were dropping out of certain things.
It wouldn't say why?
It didn't say. It just said that certain, and in particular, sports networks were losing. That the paid, like ESPN2, I think was a paid, or ESPN Plus was a paid subscription, and I think they were losing some as they entered the new year. The NFL Network was up 5%. However, it had 57.45 million homes. We're a country of 300 plus million. So I don't know in terms of homes, but it was the biggest among all league-owned sports channels. But if you don't have it and you're a Bills fan, you don't get to see it. Now, it'll be great for, as we say, the hospitality industry, right? If you have somebody, you go to a bar or restaurant, right, or you got a buddy who's got it and you can go watch there. But even then, I go, it kind of sucks.
What about those who have Prime? Amazon Prime now has NFL.
That's another one, right? So I do have Amazon Prime, so it's never been a problem. But that's a great point. Take a diehard Bills fan,
right?
A guy who, when they were in their heyday, was in his late 40s, early 50s. Now we're fast forwarding 20 years.
Yep.
Going on Prime is not an easy thing.
No.
So, I mean, I guess you can go back and you can listen on radio, and I think locally CMF has it. But, I mean, no matter what it is, it's almost what is the tipping point with the NFL when it comes to cost prohibitive? Because I was looking through to go, if you want to go to a game, and have you gone to a game this season?
I have not.
You have not. Have you, Angie?
Nope.
Do you go to games?
On
average, like once a year or anything?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Because on average, a family of four is looking to spend, now this is average for the league, to go to one game, family of four, $536 at an NFL game.
Oh, how wonderful.
Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? It's almost like you got to get 3.9% finance.
That's just the tickets.
That's just the tickets.
That's not
if they buy two beers and sodas and each pay for parking. Well, that actually is the combination. So they're saying here, buy 2 beers, sodas, pay for parking, and consume 4 hot dogs in total. The average was $536 around the league.
Merry Christmas, kids.
Well, see, this is the thing. Now, maybe that is. Maybe that's going to be somebody's Christmas present, but it almost becomes cost prohibitive. The Bills are going to be putting the new stadium in, and if you live in a city that's had a new stadium, and now they get this thing called the personal seat license, that doesn't even guarantee you a ticket. That just gives you a seat, and then you got to buy the tickets to the game on top of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, they do it in New York and stuff. So I found something that they did this in September of this year. The Bills are one of the cheapest in the league, with the cheapest tickets for a game.
Wow.
For the cheapest ticket, which would probably be up in the 300 level.
Right.
$63 a ticket. So for 4, that's $252 just on tickets. Now, you can find parking depending on how far you want to walk, but on average, the parking around Orchard Park is about $40, right? You can find 25 and you can find stuff, but I've seen 50. Right. So let's round up. It's $300
just to get in the door.
Just to get in the door. Just to get in there. Plus your tolls, your gas. Mm-hmm. It's almost become, and yet the games are sold out. I just go, what's going to become the tipping point for the average fan anymore? We hear about the rise. How about eggs? You used to get eggs for 99 cents. Now you're paying what? $4.29?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like
I just got my groceries yesterday. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Do you use a service to deliver them to you? Or?
Yep.
Yeah. Because it's a time saver.
Correct.
It's a little bit more.
Yep.
But it's sometimes time and money. You have to
time
equate
versus
that.
money. What's
I
more
get
important?
that. So what team do you think is the most expensive ticket in the league in the NFL?
LA Rams.
LA Rams. Good guess.
Giants?
No. 49ers.
Close.
The cheapest ticket for the 49ers in San Francisco, which is already one of the most expensive cities to live in, is $222.
Well, they're paying all that money to Jimmy G.
parking, who's just got hurt, right?
Yes.
Parking on average in San Francisco, $85. So round that up, a family of 4, it's $1,000. It's about $1,000.
Wow.
Right, $1,000.
That's incredible.
I go, where is the tipping point with this? It's some. What do you think? Who's number 2 in the league in terms of now we're looking for the cheapest ticket being the most expensive, at the highest level in the league, at the top. And it's not the 2 you mentioned. You mentioned Giants and you mentioned Rams. It's not them.
You're looking for the highest price or the lowest price?
Well, we're looking for what would be the lowest, highest price. The cheapest ticket that's going to be almost the most. The cheapest ticket on average for the 49ers is $222. So somebody's just below that. What team do you think it is?
Could it be my Patriots?
No, it's not. It's Tampa that has your boy.
I was just going to say Miami.
Tampa Bay, $217. Parking $25. So you're talking about $900 to go to a game.
It's crazy.
It's almost, it's like I go, where's the balance here? Just
You can't.
yeah, you're going to go broke.
Trying to get them at face value is even more of a joke sometimes because you can't just go to the box office and buy football tickets. You got to go through StubHub or you got to know a guy or you just don't roll up to the box office anymore.
Somebody who's not using their tickets for the weekend. Yeah.
Well, that's always the best thing. The cheapest in the league, Arizona Cardinals, $42 for a ticket. Parking on average $15. That's about $200. That almost when you hear these other numbers, you go, okay, but you're still sitting in some crappy seats somewhere.
Probably.
It's not. They're not going to be great seats at any of these things. But I go, man, this is a league that I think everybody says is $9 billion. It's probably more than that now. And you wonder, well, how does it sustain for the average fan? How do you just keep being a fan?
I wonder what the new stadium's going to do to Bills Mafia. Because, you're looking at least double or triple in ticket prices.
Absolutely.
And the personal
seat license.
You're taking your average fan out of the stand.
That's my point. That's my point.
I got to disagree with you on that one.
You don't think so?
No.
The average fan will be there?
Yeah.
How?
Because they're Bills Mafia. Look at how much money they donate to all of these,
Yeah, but I can sit on my couch and donate $17
You're not Bills Mafia, though. Think about these people. Think about what they go through every season when they get out there, how much money they put into all of their stuff for that game on Sunday, right? When they're in the parking lot, all that kind of thing. The money that they donate to all of these, whatever you want to call it.
It was like Josh Allen's grandmother passes $17 to a hospice or a hospital, and that's nice stuff. And I get that because I'm going, sure, I can do that. I see it on Twitter. I would call myself Bills Mafia and donate. But can I afford the ticket? And I don't know the answer. Look, they're selling out.
Right.
And I would think that, nobody's going to go into business to lose money. So you're not building a new stadium to lose money.
I don't think you're going to see a protest anytime soon.
No, but the thing that's so weird is most of the TV, I'm pretty sure, as you mentioned, Amazon Prime, I thought that was $1 billion deal for so many years to be on Amazon. And they're paying some pretty heavyweights when they're doing the games.
And the Sunday tickets coming up this year, too. DirecTV's probably not renewing that. They're going to put that out to bid. So.
And that's an NFL-owned...
That's all the games on Sunday.
Yeah, but that's an NFL-owned entity, so it'll probably end up on the NFL Network, and that's only going to maybe drive more subscriptions. It's an interesting thing as you look at it, and I just hate seeing, fans, right, just get shut out. Because I couldn't bring the 3 boys to the game.
For me, sometimes it's even tough just going to an Amherst game, and that's local.
Right.
I'll go to an RIT game, I can get 3 tickets for $25.
And you're getting pretty quality hockey.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Division I hockey and nice. Meanwhile, also in sports today, I did see that Kyrie Irving.
Oh, he's a joke.
He's an interesting guy. He said the world was flat. Was it at one point? That was his big argument. I always wonder.
So he's I'm always going to. He's intelligent.
Is there something where they're trying to punk us in some way? Do you know what I'm saying? You even watched, yesterday we had talked briefly on the cast about the stuff going on with Kanye. And I go...
No.
Yee. Okay.
The gentleman formerly known as...
But I feel like at some point, is he punking us? There's got to be, right? You can't believe this. You can't say these... You're saying these things. You are. It's costing you money.
I know.
It's costing you money. Kyrie Irving lost his Nike deal, which I think was paying him $11 million a year. Now, the one thing I wanted to know, and I called Jimmy Z from Jimmy Z's Plates and Shakes, fine sponsor of the Billified podcast, only because he also goes on and I don't know if anyone knows this, but there's a whole sneaker economy.
Yeah.
So you can go on websites and people spend a lot of money. Like
A
the
lot.
Jordans go for a ton.
Yeah. They're
So-
collectibles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said to him, what's the deal with like the Kyrie shoes? What's going to happen? He goes, nah, they're not. They were never in high demand anyway.
It's still the Jordans.
Yeah, but you know what he did say? The Yeezys with Adidas, those are going to go up in price.
Yeah.
And those are the most ridiculous.
Wait. You said they're going to go up in
Yeah.
price. The collectibles, the current ones.
Well,
yeah,
only because
they
they're
dropped
not
him.
making them anymore.
Right.
So
they
Adidas.
dropped him too.
So because of that,
Yeah.
you can't get them. So it's almost like I like cars, right? If there's a rare car, I know a guy in town who has a Stingray. It's one of 400 because of whatever with the engine. That's a valuable car. That'll go up and up and up. You probably pay over $100,000 for a car like that now. But these are the shoes, and I go, I don't get it. And on one time, I remember talking about Yeezys, and somebody texted into where we were on and saying those are the most comfortable shoes I've ever owned.
I have no idea about that. I know my son, and when he was in high school.
Did he have them?
No, no.
My kid has them.
Your kid has them.
He,
Do they
all-
not
that-
look like
That's all he
a
talked
croc
about.
on steroids?
Mm-hmm.
They do. But I know, I
croc
knew
on steroids.
That's what it looks like. That's what they look like. to me.
Really?
Right?
Yeah. See if I can find a picture.
They're like a
Pull out
big
a picture for me.
They're like a big plastic shoe, but people are going to be paying a lot of money for it. So look out for that. Phil Knight did say he indicated he did an interview with CNBC. They said I would doubt that we go back with Kyrie. He said Kyrie stepped over the line. It's kind of a simple. He made kind of endorsed anti-Semitic stuff.
Yeah.
Which is I guess becoming.
He and Yee, and
Yes.
there was a thing on Sunday about him, Yee, Kyrie, Yee, and Dave Chappelle. And it was on Sunday Morning News talking about the anti-Semitics, the increase in comments.
Them highlighted or them talked to?
Those three were highlighted. Yeah, and how they were all now. I don't know about Dave Chappelle, but specifically the ones we've been talking about.
Yeah, but those guys seem to be a little more than Chappelle. Chappelle may make a joke about.
Yeah, and that's the problem is they're putting Chappelle in with those two who actually.
Was this on the CBS Sunday Morning Show?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to find some audio for that. Maybe we'll look at that tomorrow because I have not seen that.
What size shoe are you, Bill?
I would be an 11.
$314.95 on the Amazon Prime. They'll be here tomorrow.
Look at these.
Oh,
Look at those.
my.
Would you wear those?
Not on your life.
Okay, $314.
That looks like a crocodile or
It does.
something.
It's the weirdest looking shoe, right? But they were the biggest thing that I don't know where I don't know. Again, who's buying it? Where's the price point on this? What's the tipping point?
It'd be interesting to see how much they were prior, if it
Yeah.
has changed.
If it
You
has
pulled it
changed.
up on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be
You'd
interesting.
have to go to
what
see where if you went to eBay, you could see where how much somebody's charging for that. When we come back, we'll do a one-on-one with Joey Brucato. That is coming up next. But first, hey, I want to tell you about my friend Mike Mack. He's got a business called Mack of All Trades. And I have a theory that a lot of guys, during COVID especially, figured they had time on their hands. Why not do some manly stuff and like remodel the basement? I believe that in 20 years, when homes go to be sold, you are going to see a lot of screwed up construction, poorly done electrical jobs, poorly built rooms, poorly framed basements, awful spackling jobs, just terrible. That's why if you have something you want to do, call Mack of All Trades, 585-202-9218, electrical, plumbing, carpentry, they do all that. Kitchens, bathrooms, windows and doors, they can do all that as well. Egress windows, that's a really important thing because egress windows now are code, and it's a way if you have a finished basement, you have to have a safe exit out. So if you need to have your egress done, and that's a pain in the butt to do, they'll do it. Mack of All Trades, basement remodels, flooring, decks, railings, fences, four-season rooms, whatever you have, if you can imagine it, Mack of All Trades can build it. 585-202-9281.
Oh, yeah. Some people look for Christmas under a tree.